Hello and welcome to the Nested Garden Seed Starting Mini Course. I am so excited that you're here because we are going to be doing one of my favorite things in the whole wide world, which is starting seeds for your garden this year. My cheeks hurt. I am smiling so hard because this is literally one of the most wonderful times of the year. And I get asked questions quite often as a landscape designer and garden coach about when to plant what. And as much as I would love to have a perfect answer and just say, oh, well, you do this time, there's always an exception to every rule. So that's why I've designed this course so that we can go through all of the little exceptions and know what to do for which things, because each seed and each type of plant has a different type of condition. They like to be sowed at a different type of time. They like different heat requirements and light requirements. And it's really a whole lot of nitty gritty details that are so much fun, but it does take some time to go through them. So like I said, that's why I've designed this course, and I'm so happy that you're here. It's time to dig in. All right, so since we're going to be starting our seeds indoors, I wanted to go through the 4 essential things that you'll need to set up an indoor grow space of your own. So it's simple. It's light, water, space, and soil, which is the 4 essential things that really all plants need to grow. So we're just trying to mimic the natural environment inside so that our plants can get off on the right foot. So starting with light, if you're fortunate enough to have a gorgeous bank of south-facing windows, then that's really all you need. You can set up your little seedlings out there. Unfortunately, me and most other people don't have that luxury, so we have to turn to artificial light. Now, I have these grow lights here. They're LED. You can also go with fluorescent variety. So these ones here have 2 different types. They have ones for growing foliage, and then they have a setting for bloom, which is a bit more red light. And they're noisy. They're super bright, as you can see, but they work really, really well. So I would recommend going with that. It's a bit more of an energy efficient option. Although they are a bit of an upfront investment, they're definitely worth it in the long run. And beyond light, water. So you want to be able to be giving your plants a good amount of water consistently. So I like to put all of my little seedlings in trays, and then like in their little pots, and then trays under the pot, so that I can be doing underwatering, or at least that's what I call it. So if, for example, you're using pots like this, and you have a little tray, then once you set your pots in the tray, which I'm going to do so super quickly so you can see how easy it can be. I have my little pots in the tray, then I can just pour the water in underneath, and the potting mix will wick up the water from below and get the moisture to the roots where it really needs to be. Also, in addition to that, I use a mister to spray the top parts. And this is really important because when you have little itty bitty baby seedlings, if you sploosh a big bunch of water on, it can actually dislodge the root, and then your seedlings will drown. So that's not good. Now this mister that I have, I've used it for many years. It is my trusty friend, and I think that it's supposed to be, made for spraying chemicals, but I only ever spray water on it, and it works just great. So it pressurizes, you pump it up, and then it gives out a nice gentle mist. And so that's perfect and gentle for your baby seedlings. You can also get creative with it and look for different things that you can find around the house. So, like this Tropicana thing. It's got a really fancy spout. It's for orange juice, but when I pour out the water, it has such a nice controlled stream that I thought it'd be worth mentioning for you. So, thanks, Tropicana. Not sponsored, but it works and it does the trick. So beyond that, we want to have a space to grow things. So we want to have a nice, good sized table that the rest of your family is not going to be upset about you making a mess of for a couple times throughout the spring. And so a kitchen table oftentimes works just great for that. And then you're also going to need space to put your seedlings. So here I have a shelving set up, and I got these shelves just from IKEA, and they're the right width for me to put 3 of my standard size seeding trays across. I'll just lift them up quickly so you can see. So 3 of these, this is a standard size, and then you can get inserts that have different counts of cells. This is a 72, and that's basically what I use for everything to start them off. But it fits 3 across, and so I really like that because it maximizes the space. If it only fit 2 and then there was a bunch of wasted space, that would be a bit of a bummer. But it's just something that you're going to have to kind of finesse over time with the space that you have and the different types of trays. Originally, when I was getting started, I used this and I put it on a 3-tiered kind of wheelie cart thing. and I would just wheel it up to my kitchen window, and it was good enough to get me started right off the bat. So that's that. And then lastly, I just wanted to talk about potting mix. So it's actually a soilless or non-soil potting mix that you want. And you can make your own, but I would just recommend going with a good quality, commercially or available variety. I like the ProMix brand for a potting mix, and you just want to have something that has good water retention. Also, little bits of grit. It's a mix of peat, vermiculite, and different things so that it's got some nutrients. It's light and airy. It's not going to kind of drown out your little seedlings, but also coarse enough so that water can go through it. And that's the potting mix that you would use to start your trays. So next video, we're going to be talking about that, planning everything out, and go more into the actual seeding. But for now, have fun setting up your space.